This is a record of space-time fragments from the Xuanqing sect, or so they say. They claim an observer's true power is just following the flow of all things. And apparently, I am the root of it all. Someone barks in order for me to get over there. The system drones on, identifying me as Su Xing, subject 0731. It slaps a D-rank label on my talent, as if I didn't see that coming. The talent name? Observer. Sounds official, doesn't it? Observer. Just that pathetic talent that only lets you check a monster's health bar. How useless. Laughter breaks out around me. They're having the time of their lives at my expense. They're mocking the so-called genius they spent 3 years hyping up. Someone sneers that they expected at least an A-rank combat class. The mocking laughter gets even louder, practically drowning out my thoughts. Li Wei tells me coldly that we aren't on the same path anymore. He tells me to take care of myself, the classic get-lost speech. Li Wei turns and walks away without a second glance. He tells the others not to waste time on a useless piece of trash like me. So much for my former best friend. And there goes the girl I had a crush on, following the crowd. The moment the genius halo fades, I'm just a ghost to them. In their eyes, I'm suddenly worth absolutely nothing. They're whispering about me being the legendary century genius now. A scout class that's supposedly worse than a low-level support role. They're whining about how much school funding I wasted on myself. They act like it all went down the drain, like a feast for stray dogs. A voice announces that all my privileges are officially revoked, starting now. I'm tired of hearing them mock me. I'm tired of being the one left behind. Honestly, I've had just about enough of this. To hell with being a genius, I think to myself. And to hell with the dungeons, too. I activate my skill, reconnaissance field, just to see what happens. Suddenly, the room goes silent as people start whispering in shock. 3 SSS-grade light pillars are erupting right in front of me. Someone gasps that the southern border sanctuary has never seen such a freak. God, I think, remembering how I was just acting a second ago. I was just making a fool of myself, and they were mocking me for it. They're all shouting, asking why it had to be me. They can't seem to wrap their heads around it. They're starting to wonder if I'm actually a genius after all. The system chirps, detecting a god-tier fragment. It informs me that my talent has been reshaped. It asks me to pick one of 3 SSS-grade talents, like I'm at a buffet. Option 1, Void Walker. It can erase existence entirely. Everything returns to silence. A bit dramatic, don't you think? Option 2, Spell-breaking Twin Pupils. It allows me to see through the very laws of the world. Everything is breakable. Sounds handy for a rainy day. Option 3, Shadow Lord, which lets me command the shadows. One man becomes an entire nation. Talk about an ego trip. SSS grade. Is this what real power feels like? Wait, do I have a hidden talent that's even stronger than these? Beyond SSS grade? I'll pick that one, obviously. The system calls it the Seed of Slumber. It's rated D rank. I can't help but laugh. Of course it is. A double D rank. Observer plus a sleeping seed. How fitting. I'm officially the trash of the trash, the king of useless. The crowd bursts into laughter again. They were right about me. They're asking how a loser like me could ever awaken an SSS-grade talent. They've decided the awakening platform must have malfunctioned. Li Wei walks off again, looking as disgusted as ever. He tells them not to even say my name. He thinks it's dirty. An older official steps up, asking to see my talent stats. I can hear them calling me a loser, a complete idiot. They're complaining that the whole embarrassing process was recorded. Void Walker, Spell-breaking Twin Pupils, Shadow Lord, any one of those choices could have pushed China to the top of the world. They're whispering in shock that I actually gave them up. I traded them for a D-rank piece of junk. One guy shouts at the director, sounding absolutely frantic. He's practically crying over the fact that I rejected 3 SSS-grade talents. The director issues an order regarding Su Xing. He calls my choice a display of pure stupidity. He claims I've wasted a miracle of humanity. He declares it equivalent to betraying my own kind. He says my qualifications are permanently stripped. Every resource is being locked away from me, naturally. He labels me the shame of the southern border sanctuary. Those 3 SSS-grade talents. They're just ripples on the surface of the chaos ocean. But I've claimed the entire ocean for myself. It's just that, for now, it's still sleeping. I tell them I'm heading to the Starman trial. They look at me like I've completely lost my mind. They remind me that Commander Lei has already ordered a total ban. They warn me that I won't get any support if I go in there. I tell them I'll prove to everyone that I didn't make a mistake. The crowd jeers as they watch the loser walk inside. Someone bets I won't last 10 minutes. I've heard better jokes. The system displays my profile. Su Xing, Observer D, Seed of Slumber D. Level 1. My stats look a bit thin, to be honest. But with a D rank, the initial stats get a double stack. It's basically the energy equivalent of a C rank starter. Is this red heart absorbing energy just to evolve the seed? My mind instantly parses the creature's fatal weak point. The back door of this thing is wide open right before it charges. This weak point means its defense drops by 90%. Master Planner, activated. Everything is going exactly according to my little scheme. Right now, it's showtime. The broadcast team from Golden Mountain, of all people, is watching. The system dings, granting me a cool 100 experience points for level 1. And just like that, I hit level 2. Leveling up means my stats get a little boost. Nothing too crazy, honestly. If I stay like this, the gap between me and those SSS grade monsters will only widen. A free attribute point? Well, hello there, beautiful. So, if I kill enough, I get free attribute points. If I just keep stacking those kills, who really cares about an SSS grade talent anyway? My agility bumps up from 12 to 13. I feel lighter already, like a feather in a gale. My seed of slumber progress creeps from 0 to 0.1%. So, this red heart is actually a passive skill? It automatically slurps up the energy from everything I delete. Level 1 out of 30 for my seed's evolution. Progress is progress. Honestly, Destiny and these monsters are just my personal experience farms. A lone boar off at 7 o'clock. Easy target. Taking down that tusk boar nets me 200 experience points. For 1,000 points in climbing. My bank account is looking healthy. Another 0.2% added to my seed of slumber. Ding. Level 5, here I come. My seed is now 25% ready to wake up. Today is the day I show everyone what I'm made of. Let's see how an A-grade class holds up. I hear the boars are swarming. Perfect, just enough target practice for their captain. Whoa, wait. What is going on here? Where are the monsters? Who cleaned them all out already? They wiped every single beginner mob off the map. They've ruined the grind for everyone. Let's head deeper. Someone screams for us to run, claiming the boars have gone insane. Something feels off, though. Every creature in this area is fleeing. Boss. I scoff. A bunch of losers like them want to fight over my loot. Looks like Brother Wong is stepping up. They're talking about elites now? No wonder they're ready to kneel before it. Time to prep for a little scrap. It's the Blazing Boar King, a level 5 silver grade boss. 10,000 health, high attack, and a savage charge skill. Charming. And throat bite. Seriously, it's like it read a manual on being a jerk. The system helpfully explains that this is the ruler of the forest. The ruler of the dense forest, it says. It's been woken up by the carnage of its own kind. Now it wants to tear everything apart. It's calling us intruders and stupid cannon fodder. This is perfect. I get to scout out the boss's real strength. Their little tragedy is my big opportunity. Even with its defense shredded by 30%, it's still a tank. They're panicking, asking how they're supposed to win this. They're crying that they can't even break its defense. The A-grade paladin puffs his chest out and tells everyone to shut up. He tries to act brave and tells them to hold the line. Here comes the savage charge. Get ready, 1,600 damage incoming. No, someone just got flattened. Its charge speed is absolutely brutal. It's using its raw power to just walk over them. But look at that, its movement is so predictable. It's laser focused on the nearest target. What a disaster for them. Another hit lands. The tear suppression from a silver boss is honestly too much. They're convinced they're all heading to an early grave. But hey, every living thing has a soft spot, right? Minus 25. I'm finding the cracks. Found it. Minus 200. That's more like it. The spiderweb pattern triggers, boosting my attack speed through the roof. It's slowed down, but its defense is dropping too. Sweet. This is my only shot. One strike, and it's over. I've taken down the silver grade Blazing Boar King. 7,500 experience points in the bag. 15 free attribute points? Don't mind if I do. The system announces that the Dragon Kingdom's observer has done it. I just bagged the world's first kill on a silver grade boss. The Blazing Boar King is toast. Li Wei is bragging to Lin Xingyao about it. He's trying to show off the power of an S-grade berserker. He thinks any elite monster is just trash before him. Lin Xingyao nods, humoring him. She tells him he's the strongest. Wait, the system says observer degrade? Li Wei loses his mind, asking how that's even possible. He's shouting that nobody plays observer except for that loser, Su Xing. He can't figure out who else would pick such garbage. He's in total denial. It's absolutely impossible. He's convinced the system must have bugged out. A double D loser? He's asking how I could possibly have done it. Then he suddenly has an aha moment. He claims some newbie team must have beaten it down to a sliver of health, and then they probably all died. So that loser Su Xing just happened to wander by, and he just picked up the loot for free. Exactly. That has to be the only explanation. A double D waste of space like him isn't fit to tie a B-grade shoelaces. There's no way he could solo a silver-grade boss. He's just a lucky little thief, nothing more. Wait until he runs into a real monster. He'll realize exactly how pathetic he really is. We need to pick up the pace, too. We can't let some common thief steal the spotlight from our S-grade genius. Let's move to the mid-level area. I'm going to make sure everyone sees. The gap between an S-grade and a D-grade is an impassable chasm that he'll never cross. Ding. Level 7. I'm climbing the ladder. My seed of slumber is waking up. 32.5% completion. Almost there. The Armor of Kings, a silver-grade piece, adds 105 to my physique. It also tosses another 105 onto my strength. A silver-grade skill book, silver armor. Not bad. It bumps my physique by 150 for 30 minutes. And another 150 to strength. I'm starting to feel beefy. I snagged the lucky silver bow and the windstep skill. 10 free attribute points to spend. Choices. The Phantom Silver Bow, a silver-grade beauty. This bow is a match made in heaven for my talent. Now I don't have to keep risking my life with sliding strikes. My spirit is still a bit of a weak spot, admittedly. But if I want to farm efficiently, I need to pump strength to stop hitting like a wet noodle. Level 7, and feeling like a king. Except for my spirit stat. My other stats are already crushing those SSS graders at my level. Time to head to the middle zone and stir up some trouble. Time for a quick montage. My physique jumps from 133 to 283. 2,000 damage. That's a one-shot kill. My eyes analyze the situation. 9,999 damage. A solid crit. That's wild. It's like a hallucination out there. Level 8. Things are moving fast. Level 9. Getting closer to the big leagues. My hidden class, Pure Seed, has hit 100% energy. It's time to evolve. Ding. Level 10. Finally. Evolution complete. The hidden class, Abyssal Earth Soul, C-grade. A nice bonus of 100 physique to go with it. A new skill, Root Entanglement. How earthy. Finally, I hit the C-grade milestone. Can I really sense life vibrations now? Finding that Moonlight Grass just got a lot more likely. Let's see what this new ability can actually do. The ground under my feet, as an Abyssal Earth Soul. It feels like we're literally connected by blood. This talent is definitely God tier. Reconnaissance field, go find me some loot. Jackpot. Rare alchemy materials. Moonlight Grass, and I've got the skills to snag it. Being a support class is actually pretty sweet. That Moonlight Grass is as good as mine. A Bright Moon Wolf King? Level 10, Golden Grade Boss. Whoa, a Golden Grade Boss. Even if an entire S-grade elite squad showed up, they'd probably get wiped in seconds. Li Wei, looking surprised, says he found the Moonlight Grass. He spots me and asks who I'm supposed to be. He smirks, calling me the great genius Su Xing. He remarks on how hard it is to kill someone like me. He claims I just got lucky and found some trash. He thinks I've started believing my own hype. He tells me to tuck my tail and get lost if I'm smart. He declares that his Thunder team is taking that moonlight grass. Someone else tells me they're doing this for my own good. They warn that the silver wolves here are way out of my league. They whisper to each other to leave, wait for Li Wei to kill the wolf, and then they'll take the chance to finish me off too. Li Wei loses his temper and yells, asking if I'm deaf or dumb. He's shouting at me to pay attention. Such a pathetic clown. In my eyes, they're already dead. Oh crap. The Golden Grade boss is a Silver Moon Wolf King. Li Wei wonders why a loser like me isn't moving an inch. He figures out there's a Golden Grade boss lurking. He says it's the perfect time to show off S-grade power. He orders everyone to prep for battle. He yells at Lin Qingya to get the buffs ready. He sounds panicked, asking how they could possibly not break its defense. 3,000 damage. That's not looking good. He screams for Lin Qingya to save him. He's begging for a heal. Their formation is falling apart. Zhang Yitian is in trouble. It's all over for them. My skill, Clone Entanglement, hits. Take that. They're asking how a low-level class can control a golden boss. They can't believe what they're seeing. They're asking what that skill even was. They're confused, asking if my class isn't just observer. My Treeman analysis is active, pinpointing the core on its forehead. Windstorm Strike. For 1,528 damage. Nice. A single sword strike nets 4,500 damage. He's 100 times stronger than me, he thinks. How is this even possible? He must be cheating, there's no other way. Chip, chip, chip. It's barely scratching me. I'm tanking the entire elite mob swarm. All for the sake of that golden boss in the wind. Who on earth is going to walk in here right now? Oh. Because of you. I guess I have to roll the dice and go all in. Game over, pal. I've killed the level 10 golden boss, Silver Moon Wolf King. A miracle, indeed. The Dragon Kingdom's D-grade observer has done it again. A global first kill. Level 10 golden grade boss, Silver Moon Wolf King, down. 300 free attribute points and a golden chest. Santa came early. 1 Silver Moon Bow acquired. Silver Moon Battle Boots, check. Silver Moon Helmet, obtained. Silver Moon Bracers, added to the collection. The full 6-piece Silver Moon set is finally mine. Effect 1, Moonlight Shelter, all stats up by 20%. And it doubles under the moonlight. Very dramatic. Effect 2, Moonshadow Assault. A 10% chance for a free Moonblade attack. My mana reserves thank me. Now I don't have to stress about running out of mana anymore. The best way to ensure 0 mistakes is to just delete the enemy before they even move. Level 10, over 7,000 attack. Not too shabby. 5,000 defense and 26,000 health. 7,000 attack. 5,300 defense. I'm wrapped in a nice, thick layer of safety. What other god-tier freshman has numbers like this? Huh. Moonlight Grass, golden grade material. It can channel celestial energy right into a professional. It raises the potential of your talent. It can even bump up your professional rank directly. This herb is worth more than a whole set of golden gear. A shame, really. An S-grade team, and they couldn't even take down 1 golden boss. What an absolute disgrace. These are easily the worst students I've ever had to coach. Ah. Wait. There's still someone inside. First place, Su Xing, level 10? Seriously? Is that the double D trash talent guy? Su Xing's kill record, Blazing Boar King, Silver Grade Boss. And the Silver Moon Wolf King, Golden Grade Boss. A double D trash talent? He's an idiot and the shame of the Southern Border Sanctuary. Are my eyes playing tricks on me? Or did the system just glitch? That notification was actually real? It really was him. A double D managed to get the global first kill. Li Wei, Lin Qingya. What on earth is going on here? Is your S-grade talent fake or something? How did you get shown up by a D-grade loser? Li Wei tells them to stay cool. He says this is their big chance. He argues that there's no way I could kill a golden boss. He claims that the golden gear I'm wearing was rightfully supposed to be theirs. He asks if the others get what he means. He says they just need to stick to one story, that I stole the boss they had already beaten to a pulp. Then they'll stir up public opinion. Commander Lei hates people like me so much. He's guaranteed to take their side. Then they can legitimately force me to hand everything over. They cry out to Commander Lei and the teachers. They beg for justice, playing the victims perfectly. They claim they fought with everything they had, until they'd finally worn the golden wolf down to a sliver of health. But just as they were about to land the killing blow, that shameless thief, Su Xing, appeared. They compare me to a pathetic, cowardly rat, hiding in the shadows, waiting for his moment, watching them exhaust themselves against the boss, then suddenly jumping out, using some skill that pulls branches out of the ground, and stealing the final hit. They whine that I snatched all their loot, too. They claim they all got kicked out by the boss's dying counterattack. They say I'm literally stepping on their blood and tears to steal the glory that rightfully belonged to them. The crowd agrees, saying they knew it. No way a double D loser kills a golden boss. He's just a shameless thief after all. Lower than a pig or a dog, they say. A teacher grumbles that I'm clearly a morally bankrupt little rat. He argues that even if a guy like that got a bit of lucky power, he'll only ever be a menace to society. He declares that once I'm forcibly kicked out of the trial, I'll be arrested and forced to hand over all my ill-gotten gear. He orders everyone to start a full investigation into me. The system alerts that the initial trial data is abnormal. The final stage has been triggered ahead of schedule. The mode has shifted to Evolution Storm. An officer gasps that this is a suicide mission. He asks if they should start the emergency rescue protocol. Should they force me to teleport out of there? The commander barks that it's unnecessary. A thief like me deserves to die. He thinks it's only fair that I pay with my own life, just to atone for my shameless behavior. Li Wei whispers that it's great, because once I die, my golden set will just be free for the taking. He calls dibs on the bow for himself, but he insists the armor of kings and the moonlight grass belong to him. They shake on it, making their little deal. The system announces the final winner gets the unique reward. Well, this solves everything in one go. Saves me so much extra trouble, really. It's showtime. They're whispering, wondering if someone with this kind of strength could actually be the spineless thief they think I am. They're in total denial. They're screaming that it's completely impossible. They've convinced themselves I must have exploited a bug. Li Wei calls out to Commander Lei. He tells the teachers that all the final trial monsters are just resurrected. He claims they're just empty husks spawned by a system glitch. That must be why I was able to one-shot them so easily. He's spreading the lie that I cheated and deceived the whole system. He shouts that I stole the honor that belonged to our southern border sacrifices. Just a double D trash talent, he keeps saying. How could I possibly one-shot a silver boss? He's accusing me of fraud, the loudest one in the room. He insists the rewards don't belong to me. They have to be handed over, he says. Someone else chimes in, saying even an SSS grade freshman couldn't possibly hit those numbers at level 10. They think a god-tier reward like this, in the hands of someone like me, is just a total blasphemy. They demand it be recalled by the sanctuary immediately. The commander says he'll handle it personally. He issues his order. As soon as I walk out of there, they're to seize me on the spot. And if I dare to resist, they have orders to kill me. One strike to kill a silver grade boss. Final trial. Clearing the field in 5 minutes. The only winner in the entire world. Can a D-grade class really pull this off? It's completely unheard of. Someone orders their subordinates to dig up everything on me. Those idiots at Jiangnan Sanctuary don't deserve a genius like me, they whisper. They say they've already sent their people. The Shadow Kill Association is rushing to the southern border. They'll spare no cost to drag me back. And they're supposed to keep me safe, apparently. The system notifies me that I've received a unique reward. A fragment of the Genesis box, 1 out of 9. The Genesis box? It holds secrets to talents beyond the SSS grade. What is this? Is it you calling out to me? I've awakened the initial Forest World Tree core. It's bonded to me now. I've gained the unique mark of the almighty World Tree. The World Tree's mark, absolute protection. If I'm in mortal danger, it zaps me straight to the World Tree. Life resurrection. If I die, My soul gets dragged back to the tree to respawn and grow. And the kicker, I share in every freshman's experience, entering the initial forest. I get 100% of their experience gains. Now that is a real reward. With this card up my sleeve, there's nowhere I can't go. I scoff, thinking about how fruitful this run has been. Time to make my exit. Oh, look, the pack of dogs is waiting for me. They're shouting to grab me. They want me to hand over my weapons. They're telling me not to resist. Or they'll kill me on the spot. Classic. They're calling me a cheating bastard, saying I don't deserve the rewards. They want me to hand them over right now. I scoff at the cheater accusation. A bunch of tools being used as guns. I think to myself, Liwei Linqingya, just wait until you step out of the sanctuary and into a dungeon. I swear, every time I see you, I'm going to end you. I'll make sure you two stay stuck at level 1 forever. I'll show you exactly what true despair feels like, and leave you both as nothing but broken husks. One of them snaps back, calling me a brat for threatening an S-grade genius. He warns that today, not even a god could save me. A 7th-tier powerhouse? Interesting. I ask him, who might you be? He introduces himself as Shadow Kill, a 7th-tier wind god. He says he's here to invite me to join a guild. The #1 guild in the Dragon Kingdom, no less. Then he turns to Lei Zhinshan and calls him out. He remarks that losing his temper over a kid doesn't really fit the stature of a military official, running a low-level sanctuary. I'm thinking about this god-tier guild where even 5th-tier experts are basically just the grunt workers. It's the top guild in the country, after all. Why are they bothering to invite a low-level loser like me? Liwei stammers, suddenly realizing who Shadow Kill is. But he tries to correct the guy, saying the person he wants must be the S-grade geniuses, him and Lin Qingya. He practically begs, reminding him that they're the real S-grade geniuses. He's sure he's the one being scouted. He warns him not to get scammed by a useless loser like me. He insists I'm just a cheater who used bugs to get ahead. He says I don't deserve a spot in the Wind God Guild. Shadow Kill shuts them down, telling them to stay out of it. I wonder what kind of insane luck I must have stumbled into. He turns to me, calling me a friend and an observer. He introduces himself again, formally. He says he's here to personally invite me to join them. He asks if I'd be interested. I ask why they'd want a degrade like me, feigning ignorance. I'm wondering what they're actually trying to squeeze out of me. He just laughs. He says it's interesting, but I shouldn't worry. He claims they're looking at the potential of an observer. Plus, until I hit the 6th tier, the guild will provide me with absolutely everything. Every resource I could possibly need. I just have to do a few jobs for them. Once I've hit the 6th tier, fair enough, since anything less is basically useless to them. He asks if I'm tempted. I ask if they'll mess with the loot I find on my own. The guild shouldn't interfere with personal gains, right? He smiles, calling me a smart kid. Apparently, I'm not getting fooled by cheap bait. He laughs, confirming that's definitely not happening. The Wind God's rules are clear. Anything a member earns belongs to them. They don't go around stealing people's opportunities. They always invest in the person, not just the gear, because their ultimate goal is for everyone to ascend to godhood. I agree to join, but mention I'm maxed out and need a 2nd tier quest. I'm in a rush to get that done. I ask if the guild can help me out with that. He laughs again. He says he'll cover the costs himself. Consider it just a little welcome gift from me to you. Li Wei cries out in protest, calling his name. He says he refuses to accept this, asking why a greedy guy like me gets to join the Wind God. An SSS grade mount. Even the best pet in the south only hits S grade. He tells me to hop on so we can go handle my tier 2 quest. Haha. I ask him how the view is from up here. He's taking the scenic route just to show off. He's clearly doing this just to rub it in their faces for me. I thank the senior, laughing along. Holy crap, did we just raid a guild warehouse? Someone shouts for help at the counter to start the inventory. They're panicking, asking for emergency backup. I think back to when I first changed jobs. Back when I was struggling for a single silver grade weapon, fighting tooth and nail against everyone for a scrap. This kid is stupidly rich, I think to myself. Shadow Kill asks me why I'm still trying to freeload when I'm loaded. He asks if the guild is being a bit cheap. I tell him, what's mine is mine. And the new member benefits? Those are mine too. I crush the scroll. Time to pick up the tier 2 task. The tier 2 task's first phase has officially started. First tier maxed out, 2nd phase complete. I need to hand in 10 specific golden grade materials. That's a lot, but hey, it makes sense. My talent is at least as good as any SSS grade. And it doesn't hurt to have a big shot like Shadow Kill helping. These are the materials you'd usually need for several SSS tier upgrades. Everything combined, it's a ridiculous haul. Is this even a promotion task? It's practically a robbery. Shadow Kill says he's always been a man of his word. His reputation is built on that. It's just 10 golden grade items, after all. He says he'll handle it, but then pauses. He whines that this bottle of dragon blood was something he stole from the Abyss Dragon King's nest with great difficulty. He says he was saving it to upgrade his prize dagger, another fragment of the Genesis box. I hand it over for the promotion, thanking the senior. I make a mental note. Never agree to help him with job promotions again. These requirements are practically cheating, honestly. All promotion tasks complete. Finally, a warning, an unknown career evolution path has been detected. The career system is currently performing a data recalibration. Congratulations, my B-grade observer career has successfully absorbed the essence of the law. Promoted to C-grade, Law Gaze. Current career level, C-grade. Law Gaze grants an extra spirit bonus. 100 points, plus new skills for space rift analysis and evolution traits. My vision has become a transparent crystal, capable of refracting different colored law auras, gazing at the very outline of the law. Most jobs can't even level up like this. Unless you're lucky enough to find a job promotion book. Haha, all I need to do is complete the task, and I can just keep boosting my career level. Law Gaze. So, that's why her job is so laid back. A curious mortal, she muses. She's surprised my eyes can actually pierce the dimensional barrier and look directly at her true self. I've stumbled upon a secret of the goddess of luck. As the first mortal to dare look at her, I've sparked quite a bit of her curiosity and approval. I've received a gift from the goddess of luck. A magical, unique skill, reverse draw. I can draw a daily fortune once every 24 hours, and whatever luck I pull will grant me different levels of absolute luck, completely immune to any other force. Everything about this god-tier skill feels like a heist. Time to use the draw. Shadowkill asks what on earth I just did. I play dumb, saying I just accidentally used Law Gaze. Yeah, nothing to see here. I tell her she's looking particularly radiant today, not a hint of malice in my tone, honest. She sighs, suspecting I've just scored something good again. Since the second-tier promotion is done, she's taking me to the trading hall for a little tour. These are all bits and pieces dug up from everywhere. Unidentified items. Nobody knows if they're legendary treasures or literal trash. It's all about that adrenaline rush. You need both a sharp eye and insane luck. Watch and learn. This thing looks dim and worthless, but it still has a trace of dragon pressure on it. It's got to be at least golden grade. She tells me to appraise it, and she'll pay. Golden grade material. The claw of a grown subdragon. Nice. Confirmed, it's golden grade. That right there is a true master appraiser. She grumbles. Wait, where'd she go? Oh right. This kid is using Law Gaze. And it's actually platinum grade stuff. I tell them I'm taking everything. The shopkeeper thinks some greenhorn has walked in. I know exactly what this junk is worth. If I pull a bronze item, I'll wash my hair upside down. In that case, I'm going to fleece him for all he's worth. 800 copper coins, I offer. The shopkeeper thinks I'm totally out of my mind. Just picking out a bunch of useless garbage, he scoffs, noting our bargain. I warned the big sister not to interfere. Shadowkill. I asked to borrow her appraiser. Sure, she says. Golden grade material. The reverse scale of an adult fire dragon. Valued at 150,000? What? A platinum grade crown. The crown of the planet. Valued at 1.2 million. Just casually picked up a few pieces of gear. And one of them turns out to be platinum grade. How is a D-grade loser like him capable of pulling platinum gear? It must just be dumb luck. If a D-grade loser can get rich off of sheer luck, then we're definitely better than him. We're going to take back everything that's ours. And win back every penny with interest. She tells me she still has to handle some business. Those annoying flies buzzing around elsewhere. While she's at it, she'll fix my level up quest for the second tier. She guarantees she'll have me maxed out by tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. She asks if there's anything else I need to handle in the meantime, suggesting I get all my loose ends tied up now. After that, we're heading to the Kyoto Sanctuary, she says. She tells me to watch closely. This is what a real zone looks like. Her shadow domain is basically a death sentence. She notices I'm only level 12 and asks what gives. The system explains that the level gap is way too huge. So my experience gain is penalized by 99%. And since she's one-shotting everything, the experience penalty keeps stacking. I can't help but stammer, feeling pretty useless. She brushes it off, calling it just a minor miscalculation. She tells me not to sweat it. She'll change up the plan. Insha leaves the party. Finally, some room to breathe. She'll handle the heavy lifting and get them to near death. And I'll just trail behind to secure the kills. taking down a level 40 bone general. 8,000 experience points. Oh, this is sweet. This is much more my speed. As long as I land the finishing blow, I get the full experience and all the attribute points. Deleting an electric mage. Another 4,000 points for the pile. Ding. Level 40, here I am. I've hit the cap for my current tier. My hidden class, Abyssal Earth Soul, is fully charged. I authorize the evolution without a second thought. Career, evolution complete. Hidden career, check. B-grade Thorn, new skills, life drain and Thorn armor. Now I'm basically a berserk archer who can tank and self-heal. Try dealing with that, world. 4,000 points added to both strength and agility. Su Xing, career, law gaze, C-grade, level 40. In Sha senses my aura shifting and gets suspicious. I just shrug. Li Wei screams, asking how I could possibly be level 40 in one day. He's still salty about the embarrassment from that bet. He vows to make me pay 100 times over. He points at me, calling me a bastard to his uncle, ordering him to cripple me, wipe my level back to 0, send me crawling back to level 1, he says. His uncle sneers, wondering why I've got him so worked up. I calmly remind them of what I said, that if I caught them out in the wild, they'd be the ones getting reset to base. They still think they can be arrogant. Why are they just standing around? They decide to break my limbs first. They swarm forward on command. The uncle thinks I must have used some big, bursty move, some kind of costly, forbidden technique. He's certain I can't pull that off twice. He laughs, thinking he's got me figured out. He assumes I'm running on empty now. He thinks I'm struggling just to stand. They laugh, confirming their bias. They don't believe I was ever actually strong. They assume it was just a life-saving skill from Wind God. They call me an idiot for wasting such a treasure. They wonder what I'll tell In Sha when she asks. They think I'm going to be in so much trouble. I tease them, saying they finally figured it out. I'm fresh out of excuses now, apparently. He smirks, saying he knew it all along. That I'm exactly the same as I ever was. Just mud that won't stick to the wall. In Sha finds these kids genuinely annoying. She was planning to wipe them herself. But she figures Su Xing is a bad boy in his own right. She figures they're in for a bad time regardless. Now it's my turn. He gasps, saying this is impossible. His Mad Lion defense goes up. No. 6-hit combo. He wonders how this sword strike has a trace of law power. How can a 40-level rookie one-shot someone who's 100-level? 3rd-tier S-grade powerhouse. This strike. I only survived because I burned a survival skill. If I hadn't, I'd be dead right now. And that definitely wasn't his limit. If I die, it's not just dropping back to level 40. I'll lose my gear too. I have to run. I have to get out of here. He calls me sir and master, admitting he didn't recognize my greatness. He says he was blind and listened to the wrong guy. And now he's offended me. He begs me to be the bigger man. Just treat him like a fart and let him go. Please, just let me pass. He offers every cent he has as compensation for my emotional damages. He's practically on his knees, just begging me to spare his miserable life. Li Wei screams at his uncle, asking if he's gone insane. He begs him to get up and kill me already. He groans, completely broken. Lin Qingya, you mother dash. Lin Qingya, you really want to die? Don't you dare drag me down with you. I'm not really a fan of settlements, honestly. I much prefer to just pull the weeds out by the roots. The uncle sneers, telling me not to get cocky. He warns that the Li family will never let me go. He promises me a lifetime of endless hunting. He activates a random teleportation scroll. 1%, 10%. He's trying to bail. The scroll hits 99%. Huh. Oh, sweet. Platinum gear and materials to loot. Another auspicious day, as expected. What a trophy. Shadowkill realizes why the guild is eyeing me. A monster wrapped in D-grade skin, hiding god-tier potential. He decides that until I get to Kyoto, I absolutely cannot leave his sight for even a second. Any potential threat has to be nipped in the bud right now. I suggest we relax after a long day of grinding. I offer to treat him to a great place to unwind. What do you say? We're welcomed into the place by a few attendants. Shadowkill acts all holy, saying a cultivator should be disciplined. How could he indulge in such decadent sounds? I nudge him, saying it's just a massage, just to loosen up those old bones. He's been helping me farm all day, after all. Oh, and by the way, should I swap the staff out for some handsome guys for him? He says no, this is actually perfectly fine. So that's his type, I think to myself. He says, well, cultivation is all about balance. Work hard, play hard. That's the real path to the Tao. He decides right then and there, before leaving the southern border. He's going to stay here and enjoy himself for a few days. I asked for a tier 3 job promotion scroll. I'll just get the guild to reimburse the cost later. Wait, should I? What's the task? Tier 3, Phase 1, hit max level on Tier 2. Already done. Phase 2, hand in 20 specific golden grade materials. 0 out of 20. Phase 3, solo kill 1. Level 40 or higher platinum grade boss. Shadow Kill is impressed by my ability. He says the difficulty is way higher than any normal SSS tier. Several times over, in fact, the system's evaluation of me is way higher than my current visible rank. I smile and ask for help with a few materials. I'm still missing a couple of items. He tells me to just name them. He's feeling pretty generous today. Guess I'll have to treat him to more tea houses in the future. Now, just task number 3 remains. I've been hunting for that platinum boss all day without any luck. Oh, speak of the devil. Lin Qingyao wonders why I'm here. I'm not with Li Wei anymore. She figures it's her chance to fix her reputation with me. She asks what she ever did to deserve me stalking her. Calling me a creepy stalker. She points out she already called me Big Brother twice. Isn't that enough? She begs me to just let her be. I call her a piece of trash. Deleting a golden grade lava lizard. 20,000 experience points. 40 free attribute points and golden grade chest armor. Golden grade leggings, too. And the reverse scale of a lava dragon, golden grade. Shadow Kill asks if that girl was talking to me. I say yeah, just a fly buzzing in my ear. It was annoying, so I swatted it. My luck is holding up pretty well. The loot I just snagged is enough to cover my debt. I call out to the senior. Here's what I owe you. He chuckles, saying I've got zero interest in women. Just pure archer focus. He notes how lucky I am. The platinum boss spawned exactly when I needed it. Task ready for completion. I tell him I pulled a fortune as soon as I woke up. It's a great disaster forecast. He says he can't help me with that one. I tell him I can handle it myself. Li Wei sneers, asking how I dare show my face. He tells everyone to stop. He's calling off the boss hunt. He orders everyone to kill me instead. He shouts that I have to die, plain and simple. I think to myself, oh, look at that, a show's about to start. With all these people on his side now, he figures that even if I have some fancy skills, I can't possibly take on this many people at once. He offers me one last chance to survive. He wants me to kneel and kowtow 3 times, then hand over every piece of gear and material I've got. He says he might be merciful and let me live, just by resetting me back to level 10. I just think to myself, that clearly, the lesson I gave them the other day, when I stripped them of all their gear, didn't really stick. I add that I've actually been using his platinum grade weapon. It handles pretty well, so thanks for the contribution. He laughs, asking who's actually contributing to whom. He laughs, still not getting it. Then he loses it, shouting that I'm looking for death. He tells his underling to just kill me already. Tearing me into 1,000 pieces is what he wants. I tell him he's way too slow. 80,000 damage, a clean critical hit on his weak point. A tier 3 tank, supposedly a defensive specialist, just folded like paper. They're in shock, asking how this is possible. They think I attacked without caring for my own life, calling it some sort of forbidden technique. I tell them I didn't even need that. A single basic attack was more than enough for you. He sneers, calling me a loudmouth braggart. 44,000 damage. Too easy. I click my tongue. You think I needed a forbidden technique? You're giving yourself way too much credit, buddy. He screams at me to just wait, promising that the Li family will never, ever let me go. A scream. More screaming. Total chaos. And just like that, the party is over. 80,000 damage. My own health isn't even a fraction of that. They're whispering, asking if I'm not the guy, the double D Su Xing who got blacklisted by General Lei. They're asking if I'm really just D grade. Oh, for heaven's sake, why are you still standing around watching the show? There's a big boss right there. Run, or you'll get reset and lose all your gear. He tells everyone they came here to make a name for themselves. If everyone attacks at once, they can drain the boss's health bar. And as for the final loot, the major guilds only want the materials. Everything else, the gear, it all goes to you guys. Platinum grade boss gear, you say? Charge. I watch them rush in like they're actually going to get a slice of this. 20,000, 22,000 damage. Pathetic. 21,000. These damage numbers are depressing. They start screaming to run, apologizing for being late. They're whining about how hard a 40-level platinum boss is. If it were even a higher level, they could probably just crush the southern border sanctuary. A beginner zone is still just a beginner zone, I guess. A level 40 platinum boss, and they're making such a mess of a tower climb. In the big sanctuaries, there are epic grade world bosses out there. How do you even fight those? You just do, I suppose. If bosses can reach epic grade, doesn't that mean there are 8th and 9th tier humans too? I scoff at this platinum grade thing. Back in Kyoto, the moment something like this spawns, it just gets farmed like a regular elite mob. I really need to get stronger as fast as I can, or Kyoto is going to chew me up and spit me out. 39,000 damage. Is this even humanly possible? The boss growls that I've finally annoyed it. I tell it, let's see if your charge is faster, or if my sword is sharper. "45, 48, 51. Right about now, 39,000. They scream as they scatter. 62 damage. It's not even a threat at this point. This guy is just a total bullet sponge, that's all. I've got a crazy idea. I tell the system to dump all my free points into strength. Strength jumps from 6,000 to over 7,000. My attack power surges from 24,000 to nearly 29. 424, 427. Is this what it feels like to have power just skyrocket? It's intoxicating. I can't help but laugh. 5 hits a second, the martial god effect is triggering constantly, and the boss's health bar is finally showing some mercy. I'll have this done in less than half an hour. I can just grind this thing down to nothing all by myself. Oh, a control skill? 433, plus another 433. 433 damage. Is this boss even trying? It's basically a joke. 427, 335, 1600, 464. 39,008. The thousands of them couldn't take it down, but I'm soloing it. Are they even human at this point? 50,000 health left. Someone's trying to swoop in and steal the boss. Good luck. I'm just one guy, after all. They think that just because they might snag it, it's a free lunch. 921,847. If you want to die, be my guest. I refuse to believe it. Game over. 39,847 crit damage. Platinum grade boss deleted. Abyssal Demon Knight, level 40. 120,000 experience points. 60 free attribute points. Yes, please. Task complete, finally. This feeling of growing stronger is just too addictive. Acquired. Abyssal Demon Armor, Platinum grade. Abyssal Leggings and the Abyssal Demon Spear, Platinum grade. And some Abyssal Demon Boots, Platinum grade. I even got an S-grade Abyssal Demon Steed pet. They're whining about why I get all the gear and materials. I tell them to go steal it if they're so bothered. The leaders of the 3 major guilds have shown up now. They think I'm going to just cough up all my gear, don't they? Some guy tells me not to be too greedy, claiming the Abyssal Demon Knight is their sanctuary resource. A solo player got to eat the meat, but they think I should at least leave them the soup. They laugh, telling me to hand over the Abyssal Demon Armor. They say that since I killed their people, they'll pretend nothing ever happened if I play nice. I scoff. I tell them, not happening. I killed the boss. The rewards are mine. You guys aren't worth enough for me to hand over anything. How arrogant. He calls me a brat and says he'll make sure I can't escape. I just laugh. He yells that he wants me to pay for his gear and blood. I just chuckle. Hand everything over, he demands, and then kill myself to apologize. He's generous enough to promise I'll stay in one piece. Otherwise, he'll make sure I can't survive in the southern border. They're all waiting to see how I act so tough. The 4 major forces have me completely surrounded. I ask them exactly how they plan on pushing me out. He scoffs, triggered that I'm still provoking him. He promises to make my death crystal clear. They think I'm just posturing. So I tell him I'll just warm things up for him. An SSS grade mount. Who's that big shot showing up? They ask who's passing through. Are they here for the loot too? I grin. Shadowkill is here to have my back. They're in shock that the mount is acting so friendly with me. Their hopes of taking my stuff just evaporated. The mount showed up alone. Wait, Is there nobody writing it? Is it Dad? That's the mount of the 7th-tier powerhouse, who invited me to join the Wind God Guild. They start asking where the big shot is. Lehigh stammers, claiming he just had a private feud with me, asking the master to let them handle it themselves. Shadowkill says he's lucky, but Lehigh swears on his life right there, that the moment I step out of the sanctuary, the Lee family will hunt me to the ends of the earth. It's a blood feud. Shadowkill scoffs, telling him to calm down. It's all just a misunderstanding. Just a mistake. Let's go. I thank the senior. He says it was nothing. Don't even mention it. Time to go submit the task. All promotion tasks finished. Career, evolution successful. Hidden career. Causal scale, B grade. 300 spirit bonus. New skills. Causal deduction. Causal chains. Evolution features. I have the clearance for preliminary intervention in Destiny's trajectory. It hit B grade. These causal chains. Could I also use them on him? To establish a little connection? Causal chain. Target locked. Analyzing causality. Warning you. Are attempting to connect to an unknown, great existence. Better watch it. The system warns me that this path is incredibly dangerous. It keeps insisting that I should stop immediately. I decide to push my strength even further, just to see what happens. The voice booms out, calling me an audacious mortal who dares to overstep. It seems the entity recognizes me. Oh look, it's that annoying kid again. It declares that this time, it is going to teach me a proper lesson. It claims that my disrespect has finally angered the gods. Then, it strangely offers that I shall now bear the weight of luck. I mutter to myself, asking if that is actually the goddess speaking. Apparently, the goddess is at her wit's end with my persistent trespassing. To stop me from doing anything even more ridiculous, she makes a choice. She decides to grant me the chaos blessing as a sort of divine restraining order. It is her way of making sure I stop snooping around where I do not belong. I get the notification that I have just unlocked the unique God-tier passive, Chaos Blessing. Chaos Blessing. What a fancy name for a divine keep-out sign. It grants me immunity to all laws, which is honestly pretty convenient. I also get the Chaos Visage, as if I needed more help staying mysterious. I laugh. I mean, every time I take a peek, I end up getting a new skill. It almost makes me feel bad for them, though not really. But let's be honest, I am definitely going to keep looking. I check my status, Su Xing, class, causality scale, B grade, and smirk. At level 40, my stats are already ridiculous. Nearly 3,000 physique, over 8,000 strength, more than 6,000 agility, and enough spirit to keep me from crying in public. That is undeniably strong for any standard level 40 professional. But for the life I am trying to lead, it is barely a warm-up. Showing up at the Kyoto Sanctuary at level 40? I would have as much influence as a decorative houseplant. Especially with all those 7th-turn veterans walking around like they own the place. I need to get much stronger and fast. Time to get back to the grind and push these numbers up. I scoff at the thought of the trouble coming my way. If the Lee family really wants to come for me, then they shouldn't be surprised when I strike first. Some lackey tells me to stop, claiming this is Lee family territory. He demands a 10,000 copper entry fee just to see the dungeon. A quick hit registers, but it is just a measly 66,000. I analyze the situation. These guys are nothing but walking experience points. 55,000 critical damage, very nice. Adding a level 9 magic attack really spices things up. 19,000 elite experience points in the bag. And a free attribute point. Perfect. They think their ceiling array can stop a 4th-turn powerhouse. Maybe it would have worked a few days ago. But right now, it is about as sturdy as wet tissue paper in front of me. I could leave whenever I wanted. But honestly, staying here to stir up some trouble sounds way more fun. Li Wei appears, calling me an idiot for walking right into his trap. He asks why his assassin friend didn't show up. He starts gloating, asking if I am scared or if my legs are shaking. He calls me a loser and asks where all my arrogance went. He points out that his father is right there, acting all tough. He claims he is going to make sure I learn my lesson. He says that crossing him, Li Wei, is the stupidest mistake I will ever make. I look around. Looks like the whole Li family circus has arrived. Fine by me. I tell him I will give them 3 seconds. I demand that they hand over everything they have. Then they can break their own arms as a gesture of goodwill and kneel down to beg for mercy. Maybe then, I will consider being quick about it. I tell him he talks way too much. 3 seconds? I only need 1 to end you. He loses it and orders everyone to kill me immediately. My damage ticks show up, and he is losing his mind wondering what is going on. He screams about his precious flame strike skill. He cannot believe he only landed a single point of damage. He is confused, asking how I am still just D grade. He thinks my talent must be wrong. Then he starts panicking because he cannot even check my level. He remembers I was only level 40 yesterday. He is terrified to realize I have already successfully completed my third turn. He catches a glimpse of my chaos attribute. He cannot fathom how my level is hidden so well. I just laugh at his confusion. He assumes I must be wearing some kind of gear. He bets it is at least diamond grade defensive armor. That is the only way my defense could be this terrifying. He tries one more time to regain his cool. He demands again that I surrender my equipment. He promises that if I do, he will call it a day. I tell him he is stalling, and it is getting pathetic. I inform him I do not need his guarantees. I am about to send him on a one-way trip, straight back to the respawn point. He tells me that since I rejected his chance, I might as well go die. 3,000 damage hits, and he is shocked. He is screaming, asking how this is even possible. Another round of damage, and he is completely spiraling. I scoff, asking if he forgot to eat breakfast. He yells at me for looking down on him. More damage numbers pile up on his head. The great family head who rules the southern border sanctuary can't even scratch my defense. He is absolutely bewildered. He has been throwing everything at me for 4 days straight. A full power strike from a 200 level S-grade talent. Only managed to shave off 3,000 health. He is starting to realize my stats and defense have completely shattered all common sense. It hasn't even been that long, has it? If I let him keep growing for a while longer, even I might struggle to keep him on a leash. Sigh. I even wasted my time tailing him just to keep him safe. I've seen enough. Guess it is my turn now. They start stammering, begging for a misunderstanding to be cleared up. That is definitely 117,880 damage, right there. A critical hit, right on the money. Just like that, the guild leader gets one shot. Even the boss got wiped out in an instant. What is the point of even fighting now? As long as Su Xing is around, I can kiss my hopes of a second promotion goodbye. 11,000 damage. What an absolute monster. He is a devil. Run for your lives. Entry fees, anyone? Ha ha ha. The higher I climb, the more ridiculous the experience requirements get. I really need to hunt down a higher level dungeon tomorrow. My hidden class, Indomitable Thorn, finally hits 100% energy. The system asks if I want to upgrade, and I don't hesitate to say yes. Class evolution complete. I am now a Myriad Pantheon monk. An A-grade physique bonus adds another 2,300 points. My new active skill, Mist Clone, lets me project myself through space. With these evolutionary traits, I have finally taken a real leap forward. With these two skills in my back pocket, my tactical options and survival rate are on a whole new level. At this point, I could just stand there and let Li Hai hack away at me, and he still would not be able to break my defense. Still, this level of power is just an ant-sized problem in Kyoto. I need to get stronger. Ugh. Someone is absolutely furious about this mess. They complain that for a petty personal grudge, I wiped out the elite forces of the entire Li family. They are lamenting the massive blow to our Jiangnan Sanctuary's defensive capabilities. Do I even care what they think? Short-sighted idiots. They think that because I am on the path to godhood, I am ignoring the future of the Jiangnan Sanctuary. They decide I am a cancer. That must be cut out, issuing orders to everyone. Effective immediately, they are declaring Su Xing a permanent persona non grata in the Jiangnan Sanctuary. I am officially banned from ever setting foot there again. A subordinate nervously apologizes to the authority figure. They cite the highest level directive from General Lei Zhan, stating that as of now, I am officially barred from the Nanjing Sanctuary. Short-sighted, the lot of them. If the Jiangnan Sanctuary cannot hold me, then this land where I was born and raised no longer holds any real attachment for me. It is finally time to head to Kyoto. But before that, I might as well round things off. Let's hit the level cap for my third advancement. Time to start the grind. Another level 100 Swamp Predator Elite bites the dust, adding 200,000 experience and 1 free attribute point to the pile. A level 100 Soul Lurker Elite goes down as well. More experience for me, and another attribute point as I cut through them like butter. Everyone is watching, convinced I have lost my mind. They wonder if that ban order really hurt me that badly. My level climbs to 100. Congratulations, I have hit level 100. I have reached the current level limit. The system naggingly tells me to advance as soon as possible. 10,000 free attribute points. Talk about a payday. With this, I am basically a walking natural disaster. I went from level 90 to 100 in less than a day. The speed is frankly unreasonable. Even among all the geniuses in this god-tier world, very few can boast this kind of terrifying growth. Even those famous guild leaders of the past probably weren't much faster when they were my age. Suddenly, I am hit by the god of ghostly signals, Kasura, and his divine lament. The system warns I am about to fall into a 30-second deep confusion. Negative status effect. Good thing my god-tier passive, Chaos Blessing, kicks in. It shrugs off the effect like it's nothing. Someone calls out for their senior. Panicked screams fill the air. What is going on? What happened outside the city walls? Who managed to wake up something that terrifying? Just the sound alone, even after being dampened by the wall of sighs, is enough to cause this much chaos. Oh great. The warnings are flooding in, saying because of my little rampage, the ghostly swamp has been totally decimated in record time. The grudge energy has been piling up here, thick enough to choke a ghost. And naturally, it had to wake up the resident national level boss. Kefala, the god of ghostly codes, decides it's time to clock in. Are these stats for real, or is the system having a stroke? Seriously, how am I supposed to fight something that hits this hard? Someone starts screaming for everyone to hit the teleporters. They just want to ditch this nightmare zone immediately. Someone is busy yelling, trying to figure out which brainless idiot caused this. They're cursing about the guy who wiped out the Weeping Wraith Swamp. Apparently, my handiwork is threatening to tank the entire southern border sanctuary. A command goes out to start an investigation. They're talking about tearing the southern border sanctuary apart. They really want to hunt down the person responsible for this mess. Someone shouts that there's no point in looking for clues anymore. The system announcement already laid it all out, didn't it? It was a total slaughter in a forbidden zone, plain and simple. But what does slaughter even mean in this crazy world? I mean, compared to our daily mob grinding, this is just a bit of extra cleanup. Whoa, that's a nasty mental shock. And it hit us completely out of nowhere. Thank goodness the guy who did it is low level. Otherwise, we'd both be checking out of this life right now. Staying here is clearly a recipe for a quick funeral. We need to get out of here, fast. The system announces that the divine domain has been activated. It seems that until this god wakes up or bites the dust, teleporting out is officially off the table. Seriously? Is my luck really that terrible today? I guess that means the only way out is to finish the boss off. The timer says 9 minutes until the god finishes waking up. The system keeps reminding me to stop it before things get messy. Kefala, the god of ghostly codes, is staring me down. A level 100 diamond grade world boss. Just my luck. 3 minutes until the divine wake-up call. The system is practically begging for a solution. We can't let it wake up fully, or it's game over for everyone. Someone yells for everyone to unload their heavy hitter skills. I just grunt in annoyance. To my surprise, every single attack just bounces off like nothing. It looks like the southern border is about to go down in flames. It hasn't even fully woken up yet, and its base power is already this suffocating? This is impossible. There's just no way we can kill a monster like that. Panic sets in as everyone starts scrambling to run for their lives. Is there really no stopping this thing? Wait, did I just see 35,691 damage? A single hit for over 30,000? That's definitely not me. Is some high-level hotshot passing through here? Maybe we're actually going to make it out of this. Someone turns to me, eyes wide with pure disbelief. They're asking if I was the one who caused this, too. They call me a poison to the southern border, and then they decide I need to be taken out permanently. Someone shouts at General Lei, telling him not to do it. They argue that I'm the only one doing real damage to the boss. We shouldn't be fighting me right now. We should be relying on me to save the southern border. General Lei scoffs at the idea of me being the savior. He says a double D trash like me couldn't possibly do that. He thinks what I just did was a complete fluke. He starts to wonder if he's actually been wrong about me. Someone calls out to me, acting all friendly and formal. They say the southern border is at a total breaking point, and they assume I don't want to watch the whole sanctuary go up in smoke right now. The Golden Wave Sanctuary just picked up an SSS grade distress call. They're sending in the heavy hitters, 6th turn professionals, each backed by 5 more SSS grade specialists. It's their absolute top-tier emergency response team. They're coming all the way from the Kyoto Sanctuary. Our kingdom's finest fighters are finally here to help. Looks like the southern border might actually survive after all. General Lei tells me I'm still blacklisted here. He tells me to scram while I still can. He says he'll let me go just this once. Wow, Talk about a mood swing. Even my fan club is fickle. I'd love to see who they think is coming to save me. He yells that I'm really pushing my luck now. He swears that once this boss is gone, he's going to personally reset me to level 1. He orders his guys to hold the line. They have to stall the boss, at least until the reinforcements show up. He says they should throw their lives at it if they have to, just to keep it away from the southern border sanctuary. It's die for the sanctuary time, apparently. The boss is finally moving. Did you guys skip breakfast? That damage is pathetic. How about I put on a little fireworks show for you? Old guys always love to lecture about how kids love to show off. I guess I used to be that way too. Almost 30,000 damage, and still counting. I couldn't even scratch that demon god before. How is this double D trash doing this? It has to be something that veteran shadow killer left for him, some kind of overpowered attack. Yeah, that has to be it. It's just a one-off item. Wait, 12, 10, 10? Turns out he could only pull that off once. I let out a sigh. I really thought he might be able to keep dishing out that kind of damage indefinitely. Turns out, things are back to normal. Otherwise, us old-timers in the southern border sanctuary would have some serious explaining to do. I mean, getting shown up this badly by a rookie? We might as well crawl back into our cribs and call it a life, right? Some people think a double D talent is always going to be double D trash. They argue that even joining the top guild in China, the Function Guild, doesn't change a thing. In front of a true world-class boss, they think I'm just cannon fodder. My attacks are failing to land. It seems that under this specific state, I'm caught in a bizarre rule-based analysis. I've apparently been hit with a buff that basically guarantees I'm not dying for at least a month. All damage I receive is being force-reduced by 99%. So, I just have to wait for him to fully awaken, don't I? The moment that flashy barrier finally drops, is that when the real hunting begins? Are you finally starting to realize just how small you are? The system issues a final warning. Only 3 seconds until the god-level awakening finishes. It demands someone put a stop to it immediately. It's the god of phantom whales, Kelsisu, and it is waking up. Suddenly, the spatial seal breaks. The reinforcements must be right around the corner now. Someone panics and shouts for everyone to focus on defense. The damage numbers climb into the tens of thousands. Not great. A guy screams in terror, begging someone to let him go. He cries out for Wei Chang to save him. My health takes a hit of 25,000. Twice. I activate my combat state and make my move. I can't help but think, is this really that impressive? Someone orders the others to stop me, insisting I can't be allowed to get any closer. Southern Border Sanctuary. A lot of lives at stake here. If the spatial seal is broken, why isn't a backup here yet? I wonder where the reinforcements are hiding. The system warns me that our energy reserves just took a 10% hit. That's 20% gone now. This is burning out fast. The gauge is stuck at 90%. It's not budging. Someone cheers, claiming the reinforcements are here and we're saved. They act like the southern border is already safe. The Function Guild members are moving out. Their leader yells for everyone to charge with him. The Yun family prepares a massive elemental torrent. The Zhao family is busy hunting for the boss's weak point. They're prepping for a clean assassination. — 6,000 damage dealt. Not bad. Okay, 169,000 damage. Now we're talking. Some guy is acting like a big shot just because he has a title. I take a look at these three and realize I can't even read their stats. They're all level 600 SSS grade monsters, apparently. Every single one of them has stats that make mine look like a rounding error. I guess I have a long way to go before I reach that level. Still, motivation is a funny thing. Usually, it hits hardest when you realize just how far ahead the real monsters are. 72,000 damage. That's a serious hit. 56,000 damage. They are just too strong. $9,000, then $12,000. It's relentless. Some guy stares at me, wondering who on earth I am. I keep reminding myself, I cannot die here. Someone curses my name in frustration. They've decided that this woman needs to be taken out. They are practically salivating at the idea of killing her 1,000 times over. The system announces I've entered a new field, the Ghost Swamp. Sounds lovely. My movement speed just got cut in half, and my healing received is down by 80%. Just perfect. They actually brought the entire Ghost Swamp here to bully me. Little spirit mobs are swarming everywhere. Someone yells that the boss is hitting the execute threshold. They tell everyone to get ready to strike. Someone can't believe what they're seeing. They keep asking how this is even possible. They're panicking because their mana is running dry. The order goes out for everyone to retreat. I chuckle and ask if they really think I'm going to let them run. Someone asks why I'm attacking them instead of the boss. They claim they were trying to save me, right? As if pushing me into the line of fire counts as a rescue. I prefer to settle my debts immediately, and I've got quite a bill to collect. They try to intimidate me by asking if I know who their leader is. They demand to know how I dare cause trouble here. They threaten that the Yun family from Kyoto will come for me. I tell them I'm curious to see what other little survival toys they have in their pockets. Truth be told, I can't take a single hit from any of them right now. They start backtracking, offering an apology for what just happened. They claim they were just stressed by the life or death situation. They seem genuinely shocked that I'm just ignoring their plea. They spit out that the Chin family is never going to let me go. They cry out for someone to help them get away. I let out a dismissive scoff. They shout for Huacheng. They promise me an endless, brutal revenge if I don't stop. My buddy calls out to me, looking worried. He asks if I really just sent that Yunshi woman packing. He wonders how we're supposed to finish off this boss now. I tell him her presence didn't really change the outcome anyway. Someone tries to mock me, asking if I really think I can influence the battle. They're in the middle of the boss's domain, after all. They can't fathom how I'm still putting out such insane damage. 150,000 damage in one go. I managed that with a single swing of my sword. It's higher than the Dragon Knight and the Elemental Lord combined. That's just the kind of numbers I bring to the table. A bunch of small-time nobodies. I tell Long Tian to stay put. The rest of them demand to know why everyone else has to clear out of the boss zone. They threaten me with retaliation from the powerful Yun clan of Kyoto, as if I'm supposed to be shaking in my boots. They order Long Tian to take the full brunt of the boss's damage, and they figure they'll just handle the damage output themselves. I look them over and ask who exactly these clowns think they are. I tell them fine, I'll stay. Honestly, do these people really think they're in a position to boss me around? If it weren't for the fact that they actually have a tiny bit of skill, I'd have walked away. They aren't even worth my time of day right now. I tell Long Tian that since they want him to tank the boss, he should just go ahead and do it. Why do these people have to talk so much? I notice Senior Insha nearby. I can't help but wonder what she's doing in a place like this. She tells me to get moving, or I won't even be able to scratch a single monster. I just shrug and say, all right, fair enough. The system logs a massive hit of over 146,000 damage. I call out to my soldiers. I shout for them to follow my lead and charge. They yell that they'll buy me time while they push forward. Someone panics and screams for everyone to run for their lives. They start calling me their hero, Su Xing. They beg me to step in and save this sanctuary. They're practically on their knees, pleading for salvation. I tell them to pipe down, hero or not. Lei Zhinshan stammers that he was wrong before. He admits he was blind to my potential. He says he shouldn't have tried to suppress me, and he definitely shouldn't have tried to blacklist me. Lei Jinshan offers another grand, solemn apology to me. He begs me to think of the millions of innocent people in the southern border. He pleads one more time for me to save them. Suddenly, the crowd turns on him, calling Lei Jinshan an old turtle bastard. They demand he give me the justice I deserve. They start yelling at him to get down on his knees and bow to me. It's a funny turn of events, considering no one ever stood up for me before. Irony is a bitter pill, and I don't feel like swallowing it. I decide it's time to bring this to an end. The screen fills with numbers as I land a series of massive critical hits. I throw in an extra critical hit for good measure. The boss hisses at me to remember its aura. It vows that when its true form descends, it will drag my soul into the deepest ocean trenches. It promises to burn me for 10,000 years and ensure I never see the light of day again. I scoff. A loser talking tough is just background noise to me. Everyone around me starts cheering that we've won. They're shouting that our home is finally safe. Laughter breaks out everywhere as they celebrate the victory. They're chanting my name like it's the latest pop hit. The hero chants continue, which is flattering, I suppose. More laughter rings out, and the vibe is surprisingly festive. Now, let's see the loot. I'm ready for some mouth-watering rewards. The system congratulates me on downing the Diamond Grade World Boss. It identifies the target as the Wailing Spirit God, Kesula, level 100, and I've scored a Wailing Goddess breastplate. The system informs me that a Diamond Grade skill book has dropped. Death Mark and Multiple Shot, very nice. My hidden class energy has finally hit 100%. The system asks if I'm ready to rank up. The evolution is complete, and I feel the power shift. My new class is zeroing all laws, S-grade. Still, this level of power won't be enough to survive in Kyoto. That Yin clan doesn't exactly seem like a group that plays nice. I might as well dump my new free attribute points and get stronger. My career path is now causal balance, B-grade. At level 100, I can swing my blade 10 times a second. That's a cool 670,000 damage per second. Even Kesula wouldn't survive 15 seconds against that kind of heat. I noticed them whispering about how I just got stronger again. They're muttering that even an SSS grade player at the 5th turn limit wouldn't be able to match this damage output without burning all their special cooldowns. Imagine that, a level 100 wiping the floor with a 400 level boss. I can't help but let out a smug little chuckle. Some guy asks if I'm looking to sell my equipment set. He says we can talk price, like I'm hurting for cash. He even offers to trade his Diamond Grade Dragon Gall Silver Spear for it. He's genuinely willing to make the trade. Someone else tells him to back off and asks how he has the nerve to beg for gear. They point out he couldn't even handle a single Diamond Grade boss, and that it took a 3rd turn newcomer to step in and save his hide from disaster. They ask if he isn't ashamed of himself. They're shocked to realize I'm only a 3rd turn. Just hit the max level for the 3rd turn, actually. They refuse to believe it, saying it's absolutely impossible. They wonder how a 3rd turn player could possibly break through Wailing Dust's defense, let alone hit for tens of thousands of damage in one strike. One of them jokes that they'd sooner believe I'm the reincarnation of Qin Shi Huang. I ask what kind of crazy theories they're coming up with. Someone reminds them I just changed classes a few days ago, and that I was just a D-grade class back then. I tell them believe it or not, it's my reality now. Someone shouts that there's a new monster tide coming. They start screaming for the hero to save them again. They realize there's only one of me, though. They're questioning how I could possibly hold back an entire tide alone. I ready myself for a fight to the death. It's a matter of saving as many as I can, I suppose. Escaping this mess would be a breeze for me, but trying to shield Su Xing while also holding back this entire beast tide, that is simply not in the cards, even for me. Well, this just became a massive headache. Look at all of them, just walking, breathing piles of free attribute points. I stand there, faintly bathed in the moonlight. The system informs me my spirit attribute has spiked by 800 points. The kill counter ticks up to 981,292. A level 150 abyss demon lies dead before me. What kind of insane area of effectability is this? With this kind of clearing efficiency, even that guy Yin Xing, who is supposedly famous for his world-shattering AoE skills, would have to bow down and call me Master Xing. Wait, why did I suddenly stop? Did I run out of mana? Someone shouts that Master Xing is out of mana. One of them panics, offering up an ultimate mana potion. They scramble to figure out who can deliver it to the hero. An official orders his men to immediately gather every single high-level mana potion they have. He declares he will personally deliver them to the hero. It's no use, though. I wonder how they even plan to compete with this. The Function Guild really hit the jackpot this time. The system tallies my kills for this wave, 37,428. I've accumulated a whopping 40,000 points. 40,000 points on the dot. Even a full set of morning charms is only worth 30,000 something. If I dump all these into strength. I can't help but chuckle. Seriously, I'm grinning like an idiot. If Xiao Wuji stood in front of me right now, he wouldn't even survive a single strike of my sword. Why do I suddenly feel a chill down my spine? Ugh, I'll be looting these remains until the end of time. I scoff as I come back to my senses. That mana potion didn't taste half bad, actually. Too bad it didn't last very long. One of them stammers, begging me, Hero Su Xing, to wait. He assures me the military warehouse is stocked with plenty more. He rushes off to fetch the rest for me. I tell them to handle the inventory of the dropped loot. Once they've calculated the market value, they can just wire the cash directly to my account. They bow and bid me farewell, the hero. They chime in that southern border will always be my home. I can almost hear them thinking, thank God this nightmare is finally leaving. Now I can finally get back to some decent leveling. A guy named Lei Zhenshan approaches me, calling me hero. He introduces himself as Lei Zhenshan. He starts apologizing for all his previous stupidity and prejudice. He gives me a very formal, very desperate apology. He begs me to forgive his ignorance. He insists that I will always be the one and only hero of our southern border. They keep fawning over me, calling me hero repeatedly. They treat me like some kind of legendary figure. Honestly, they aren't even worth a second glance. I spot someone riding a griffin. Some kid who looks like a high schooler. Is he an awakened too? Even the guy selling skewers on the corner is an awakened. Looks like I'll need to keep a lower profile. I turn to Yingsha, asking how we're supposed to get to the Function Guild. He just laughs at me. He tells me to look up. I gaze upward in awe. So that's the Function Guild, hanging in the sky. Wait, why won't it let me in? I stutter, completely baffled. Yingsha chuckles, noting my terrible memory. I've been so focused on getting here. I've completely forgotten the most important step. Sequence 8. Elder Yingsha sends an invitation for me to join the Tier 9 Function Guild. I accept the invitation. The system congratulates me on successfully joining the guild. Apparently, I'm starting as a Black Iron rank member. I receive the blessing of the Tier 9 Function Guild. My physique gets a boost. Strength, agility, and spirit stats all see a permanent 9% increase. Don't get too happy just yet, I tell myself. I'm only at the bottom of the barrel with this Black Iron rank. Someone like a Diamond rank member gets to enjoy a 54% stat bonus across the board. And Yingsha over there, he's a Sequence 8 Elder, so he's pulling in a terrifying 72% boost. So, how exactly do I rank up quickly? He says it's simple, just complete guild missions. Or, I could hand over high-level gear or rare materials. It all earns me guild points to climb the ranks. I look around, wondering where these missions even are. Black Iron missions are incredibly scarce. With so many Black Iron newbies in the guild, you basically have to be faster than everyone else to grab one. Is there really no such thing as a newbie protection period? I click my tongue in annoyance. Do they think this is some small-time operation like the Southern Border Sanctuary? They boast that every member here is at least a level 500 professional, as if that's supposed to intimidate me. Take a look at them, acting like they own the place. The guild is holding its big annual newbie training in 3 days. Apparently, there are mountains of guild points up for grabs if you don't manage to get yourself killed. And for whoever performs the best, or manages to survive the least gracefully, there's a personal reward from the guild master himself. Anyway, I have to go turn in my quest. My to-do list won't complete itself. This trip to the southern border was basically just me acting as a glorified babysitter for this guy. I'll be lucky if I walk away with the bare minimum point reward after that. What a total waste of time. My escort mission is finally done and dusted. From here on out, you're officially on your own, kid. Welcome to the Wind God Dragon Kingdom, the big leagues. It's arguably the most cutthroat, top-tier talent arena in existence. Around here, you better have the stats to back up your ego, or you'll be flattened. I thank my senior for keeping me in one piece during the journey. I need to go hand in my report immediately. If I don't, I'll probably lose all my guild points to some late filing penalty. I tell him to hit me up on the guild friend channel if he ever needs anything. Even a 7th rank elder level powerhouse like him has to hustle for guild points. It's almost comforting to know that nobody is safe from the bureaucracy. Phase 1, maxing out my 3rd tier level, is finally in the bag. Phase 2, however, is a different beast entirely. It demands specific platinum-grade space attribute materials. And to top it off, it needs rare diamond-grade time attribute materials. I rarely even run into diamond-grade bosses, let alone kill them for loot. And the game expects me to just find specific materials? Is this a quest or a scavenger hunt? Can a first-time promotion even include all this high-end nonsense? If I can't pull this off, I'm basically dead in the water. I walk up to the counter and tell them I'm here to pick up my promotion materials. I list off a platinum-grade space attribute material that sounds like a headache to find. Then I drop the bomb about needing a diamond-grade spatial material. It's for my 4th-tier promotion quest, which is already starting to feel like a prank. The clerk gives me a look, clearly wondering if I'm here for my items or just to scam the guild. I tell him if he's so suspicious, he should just check the system records himself. He looks at the screen, and his face goes pale. He's realized the quest difficulty isn't just high, it's completely broken. He mutters something about how the difficulty is basically defying the laws of reality. He tells me the total value of my requested materials is off the charts. He says it needs special approval, which is just code for waiting forever. I remind him that I have a 7th level clearance. Thanks. Unless you're an 8th level elder or one of those mysterious 9th level giants, step aside. I explain that I'm basically one of the highest clearance people in this building. The clerk looks at my profile, then back at me, looking absolutely terrified. He realizes my clearance level is so high that he literally can't see the data. He realizes this request was greenlit by the guild master himself. He's suddenly very interested in knowing who exactly I am. I cut to the chase and ask, "So, are my materials ready, or what?" She addresses me with a respectful title, changing her tune faster than a weather vane. She confirms they have all the platinum-grade items I requested in stock. I tell her I'll take the lot right now. She jumps to it, promising to have everything ready for me in an instant. She admits those 10 diamond-grade items are so rare they might as well be mythical. The headquarters is currently out of stock, naturally, but she's already pulled some strings and filed an emergency supply request. They're raiding every warehouse in the country just to fill my order. She asks me to hang tight for a moment while she does the heavy lifting. I tell her that getting the platinum stuff on the spot is already a huge win. She returns, items in hand, and I thank her for the service. The other guild members are whispering, wondering who on earth I am. They're shocked to see the Ice Queen actually smiling for once in her life. System notification, Phase 1 complete, level capped. Phase 2, hand in those 20 absurdly difficult promotion materials. Status, all materials submitted and accepted. Phase 3, clear an epic tier dungeon, solo. Epic tier and solo? My social life was already dead, but this is extreme. It's officially an epic tier dungeon, and boy, can I feel the impending doom. Here come the Silver Knight minions, looking for a fight. And the Gold Knight captain, who looks like he skipped his morning coffee. Even the Platinum Knight matron is here to make my life miserable. I've just set foot into the Lost Atlantis, and immediately, I'm slapped with the curse of the sea god. It's not just the monsters attacking me, the whole dungeon is throwing shade. I barely enter, and I'm already suffocating under a pile of debuffs. This is why they call it an epic tier dungeon. It's basically a suicide mission. Time to dump those 40,000 free attribute points exactly where they're needed. My strength skyrockets from 25,000 to nearly 70,000. My attack stat is over 200,000. Oh wow. This is starting to look a little bit unfair, even for me. Let's test out this new firepower and see what happens. I can wipe out a level 60 gold grade boss in just 2 hits. At this rate, finishing this dungeon will be a walk in the park. Back in the real world, these 2 bosses would cause a massive panic. They're supposed to be terrifying, kingdom-level threats. And yet, here I am, turning them into loot drops in seconds. This place isn't a dungeon. It's an infinite gold mine of free stats. I laugh, eager to see what else I can crush. The boss starts shouting something about me being a mere mortal. It can't believe I have the audacity to challenge it. And just like that, the diamond grade boss is history. Deep Sea Priest Carasso is defeated, leaving only his loot behind. Just a few days ago, I was struggling to fight Krasu outside the southern border. Now, slaughtering a diamond-grade boss feels like a Tuesday morning chore. I'm genuinely surprised at how fast the numbers keep climbing. Getting stronger is the only path I'm interested in following. Nobody is going to stand in my way while I climb to the top. Not even my own limitations can hold me back now. Something huge is screaming, asking who dares kill its subjects. It unleashes an attack called Wrath of the Immortal Sea. It's the vengeful avatar of Poseidon himself. This should be fun. A level 60 epic boss decides to grace me with its presence. Its health bar is a mystery, which is rarely a good sign. Attack, defense, skills, all unknown. I love flying blind, don't you? The game helpfully explains that this is the silence of Atlantis. It's the final lingering grudge of Poseidon himself, fused with every single lost soul from this sunken city. It's a terrifying abomination, really. The self-proclaimed king of this lost city, no less. It calls its move Deep Sea Fury. Then it tosses in Poseidon's moon just for flair. It shifts into its sovereign domain. Apparently, Poseidon is the literal law of this place. The effect swallows the entire dungeon space. It sneers at me, calling me a pathetic little intruder. It demands that I state my name, claiming it doesn't bother killing nobodies. I quip that it's going to die at my hands anyway. The boss loses its cool, calling me an ant, not even a person. It is deeply offended that I dared interrupt its villainous monologue. My attack power is at 270,000 per second, give or take. No matter how impressive its defense is, landing only 50,000 damage feels like a personal insult. Something here is definitely messing with my numbers. Still, I'm not about to let a big fish scare me off. I call out to the old guy, "Nice hit, Grandpa." I mock it for actually managing to land a blow. It screams out Deep Sea Fury again. Poseidon activates his sovereign domain. The system gleefully tells me I'm being suppressed on every front. But my 30% magic passive kicks in. Chaos Blessing activates, right on cue. It nullifies all those nasty debuffs the universe threw at me. I scoff at the resurrection attempt. This is the perfect time to test my limits. I let out a battle cry that sounds way more heroic than I feel. I look at the remaining mess and mutter, "Okay, just you left." It calls me a death-defying ant. Again, does it know any other insults? Whoa, that hurt. That is some seriously terrifying damage. I have to maintain my advantage as a ranged fighter. Keeping my distance is my only real hope of winning this. It hisses that I'll pay dearly for my arrogance. The system alerts me that the boss is triggering its ultimate, divine punishment. The world goes dead silent. Dramatic much? I've got exactly 15 seconds to handle this. I need to deal enough damage to the origin point of the void, force it back into an unstable state. If I pull off this interruption, Poseidon is going to take some heavy damage. He'll be stuck in a weakened state for 10 seconds, where he takes double damage. Christmas came early. 15 seconds. Tick-tock. I draw my sword and pray my stats hold up. This is it, the perfect moment. Poseidon's resentful avatar is officially hitting that weakened state. 10 seconds of vulnerability, here I come. All damage dealt will be doubled. Time to farm some loot. The opportunity of a lifetime is right in front of me. The world shakes as if the earth itself is reacting to this madness. A warning flashes, but I'm too busy to read the fine print. Poseidon is throwing a tantrum because he doesn't want to die. He's hitting his final melody. He uses the final elegy of the Cyprites. The system congratulates me on killing an epic-grade boss. The Deep Sea Fury is over. Poseidon's grudge has finally been put to rest. Did I just score big? You bet I did. Without the guild's intel and this entry ticket. If I were just grinding in the wild, who knows how long it would have taken to even sniff a dungeon or loot of this caliber. Joining the Function Guild was easily the smartest move I've ever made. The leaderboard for Lost Atlantis updates. First place, Shining Team. Their time, 2 hours, 45 minutes, 13 seconds. Second place, Longya Team. 3 hours, 12 minutes, 28 seconds. 15 minutes have passed. Everyone's shocked that the newbie is still inside. They wonder if he actually thinks he'll clear it, knowing he's just a total greenhorn. Nobody expected him to last 5 minutes. I wonder where that guy who promised to eat his own hat went. He seems to have vanished into thin air. The board refreshes. First place, Su Xing. 16 minutes and 20 seconds. Boom. 16 minutes? People are losing their minds. Single player clear of an epic dungeon in 16 minutes? That's absolute insanity. He beat the old record by over 2 hours. They're shouting that I must be cheating. How original. They're starting to realize I might actually be dangerous. They probably think I was playing with the boss like it was a toy. I finally step out of the dungeon, proving that I really did clear it solo. The whispers of hacker follow me everywhere. They're convinced I must have used some weird exploit. They search for any bug to explain why I'm just better than them. I watch them hover nervously, deciding they want to give the dungeon a shot too. One of them complains that if he hadn't smashed a life-saving scroll in a panic, he'd already be back at the respawn point. Another mumbles that the monsters inside hit with ridiculous damage. They stare at me, genuinely baffled by how I managed to tank the hits. A nervous laugh breaks out, followed by a sigh of pure confusion. Someone asks, Su Xing, how on earth did you pull that off? They beg me to share some of my legendary wisdom, asking if there's a secret trick to farming that epic boss. I shrug and tell them, you just keep shooting. Constantly. I add that as long as you fire fast enough, everything else just sorts itself out. They look at me like I'm speaking a language they don't understand. One guy points out that even if they shoot fast, they can't even scratch the boss's armor. He argues that even with enough attack power, Poseidon's ultimate skill, divine punishment, which leaves the world in complete silence, is a nightmare. He insists you need to output millions in damage within those 15 seconds. He claims that even the top-tier, fourth-turn teams in our guild can barely reach that threshold consistently. They wonder how I managed that specific mechanic all by myself. Someone agrees, shaking their head. They call it an insurmountable wall for any single player. I casually explain that I just thought hitting over 10 million was the target. I admit I was worried for nothing. Since there wasn't a clear prompt, I didn't dare stop attacking, just in case. So I just dumped about 13 million damage in one go. I thought I had just barely scraped by the requirements. They stare at me, stunned. 13 million in 15 seconds. They ask if I really think that's just barely hitting the mark. One guy shouts that no third-turn player should be capable of that kind of damage. Another cries out that he's a maxed-out sixth-turn player, and he can't even hit a fraction of that number. They start calling me a walking natural disaster. One guy jokingly bows, asking to be my follower. An older guy warns the others not to bother using logic with a monster like Su Xing. He explains that it's a total waste of time. If you try to talk to me about limits, I'll just look at you and ask if 13 million is even a decent starting point. Long Tion swears on his life that I'm his brother from now on. He promises that if anyone dares to challenge me, he'll be the first one to smash their head in. I wonder, when did I accidentally pick up a little brother? I just cleared one simple dungeon, didn't I? I ask why they're all acting so dramatic. They have no clue just how insane of a legend I've actually created. A record is a record, after all. I tell them I've got quests to finish. I mention they can reach out if they really need me. I say goodbye to the senior and head off. The system pings. Job evolution complete. I'm now a Shadow Emperor with the Eye of Spacetime. A-grade spirit stat bonus. Sweet. I'm ranked in the top 3, obviously. New active skill, Spacetime retrograde. And Spacetime blind spot. Evolution trait unlocked. I can catch fleeting glimpses of parallel universes. As usual, I let out a smug little humph. The Eye of Spacetime is looking good. Suddenly, I hear a voice shrieking, "You despicable mortal!" It shouts, "Go to hell with my divine punishment." The system detects something private happening. Oh, it's the goddess throwing another tantrum. Chaos Blessing activates, nullifying all the negative effects she tried to dump on me. The system notes her divine punishment power has nowhere to go. So, it starts converting the energy into rewards for me. I get a notification that I've unlocked a unique god tier. Passive skill, Absolute Evasion. Nice. I can't help but laugh out loud. This goddess is really just at Sundra loot box. She gets so incredibly angry every time, but still drops amazing gear. I mutter to myself that I should definitely come back for more. But for now, I should focus on grinding some more experience. Wait, I haven't even checked the daily draw yet. Since my luck is clearly off the charts. The system announces my membership level has jumped. I'm now sitting at sequence 7. That's a high-level status. Isn't that supposed to take forever to farm? I guess I just climbed the ladder in one leap. An invite pops up, the wise one, inviting me to a private group chat. The name is Share the Blessings. But leave when things go south is implied. Do I accept? I'm in. Welcome to the group chat. It says, group name, Share the Blessings. And again, leave when things go south. They all welcome the newcomer. Someone comments that they're shocked a new person reached sequence 7. They're all whispering about who I am. They mention I'm the first one from the newbie world. One big shot offers to sponsor me a legendary 200 level item. I think about how I'm usually scrounging for epic gear. I'm out here breaking my back, grinding dungeons to death. Meanwhile, these big shots just hand out legendary gear like they're passing out candy. Is this the sheer wealth of the function top brass? I've got to grab that top spot for myself. But first things first, I need to get stronger. I take a quick breath. And get back in the zone. The system announces I've successfully taken down an epic grade boss. The Mountain Sea Road Poseidon's moon avatar is down. It tells me I've refreshed my own record. I've finally gathered the full Sea God set. Equipping the full set, I look like a sea-themed fashion disaster. I unlock the ultimate skill, Sea God's Wrath. My job class settles into the eye of space-time. Level 130, over 500,000 attack and 200,000 defense, not bad. With this kind of terrifying defense, even if I had to fight that Poseidon grudge avatar again, I wouldn't be scared of its buffs anymore. Honestly, this current buff is just too inefficient for me. I need to find other, better buffs to snag. The newbie trial first place spot is waiting. Let's get this show on the road. Wow, would you look at that? A gold sand level hell demon boss starts to evolve. Job planning complete. I've unlocked the hidden SS rank lucky heavenly flower class. Alright, it's time to start the massacre. The function newbie trial is about to begin. Calling all new members. You've got 10 minutes to get to the central arena. I let out a smirk. Finally, it's starting. There's Long Qingshan from the Long family. That golden armor he's wearing has to be a top-tier diamond grade set. But the Zhao family crowd is the real nightmare. That's Zhao Wuji lurking in the shadows. Rumor has it he wiped out, all by himself, the entire senior management of an S-rank guild in 3 days. Still, Yun Shay from the Yun family is probably the strongest. They call him a walking natural disaster for a reason. He cleared the Lost Atlantis dungeon with a team just the other day. He managed to cut the clear time down to under 3 hours, only losing to that hacker guy. Suddenly, someone whispers, "Hey, it's Su Xing, the guy who treated an epic grade dungeon like his own personal backyard." They seem genuinely shocked I actually showed up. They probably thought I'd be too scared to face the top 3 prodigies. A voice sneers that I'm just some guy who got lucky and clearly doesn't know my place. He tells me this is where the real geniuses gather, not a place for just any stray dog to hang around. He suggests I crawl to the back if I know what's good for me, telling me not to think that because I cleared a few dungeons, I'm in the same league as them. He babbles about how the trial field is all about true strength, not about my gimmicks and shortcuts. I let out a bored heh. I wonder if he's actually trying to get himself killed. Wait, this person called the Wise One is the exact same woman who is always posting cute stickers and hanging out in the high-level group chat with us? She's actually one of the terrifying sequence 9 giants. She commands silence. She introduces the Heaven Ascending Tower. It has 9 floors total. Our mission is to climb as high as we possibly can. The higher the floor you reach, and the longer you manage to stay inside, the better your final score will be. The trial begins now. Get inside. A level 10 stone statue warrior welcomes me to the first floor. The goal is to kill all the awakened stone guardians. Everyone else is here to clear a dungeon, but I'm just here to stock up on points. Killing the statue gives me 60 free attribute points. I just bagged 5,940 free attribute points. This really feels good. The board says Su Xing is in 1024th place on the second floor. Now 567th place, moving to the third floor. Is the third floor really that hard? Half the people have already been eliminated. The monsters here are level 99 to 100 platinum bosses, without some serious area of effect damage, or some insane defense. You won't last a second. 7th place, Su Xing, on the 4th floor. They're shouting in disbelief that I made it up there. They're noticing my speed hasn't changed at all since the first floor, which means the third floor monsters might as well be level 1 trash to me. I wonder where those people who doubted me went. This is starting to get interesting. Welcome to the 4th floor of the Heaven Ascending Tower. The task is to wipe out all the Hell Golems. Level 200 Hell Golems. Alright, let's dance. I roar. All of you, just die already. First place is Yun Che on the 5th floor. Second place, Zhao Wuji, also on the 5th floor. Third place, Long Qingshan, 5th floor. Fourth place, Chu Xin, 5th floor. Welcome to the 5th floor of the Heaven Ascending Tower. The mission is to kill all the Frost Titans. I tell those frozen giants, brothers, are you going to die, or what? Platinum grade loot, here I come. I tell one of the bigger ones, forget you, dog. The system congratulates me on clearing the 5th floor. Wait, Chu Xin is still ranked first on the 5th floor? The system announces I'm the only one, the only challenger to actually make it to the 6th floor. These bosses are basically just showing up to deliver my takeout. This tower is genuinely my own private treasure mountain. I've officially Shiju, unseated the old kings. The 3 prodigies, Yun Che, Zhao Wuji, and Long Qingshan, are all being left in the dust by one guy. The onlookers are shouting that this is impossible. They're asking how my defense could possibly be higher than Long Qingshan's Sacred Dragon Envoy set. They're demanding to know how I'm even tanking these hits. Long Qingshan sighs, brother, I lost. He admits my attack, defense, and combat intelligence are all leagues ahead of his own. He whispers that Su Xing just isn't human. I tell him he's still pretty impressive in his own right, and I suspect he hasn't seen anywhere near my actual limit. A rival laughs, mocking them for praising the enemy. He bets I'll hit a wall on the 6th floor, tops. I tell them to just sit back and watch. Welcome to the 6th floor. The task is to take out the Ace Tyrants. The Ace Tyrant has over 55 million health and 746,400 defense. This health and defense is a literal game changer. And there are just so many of them. If I get surrounded, I'm going to have a bad time. Speed is the name of the game now. I decide to try some kiting tactics. Actually, scratch that. Time to go for the throat. The system pings. My level is up. Level 137. Here we go. Man, this is getting a bit tricky. Why isn't the boss spawning? Is it hiding in the deepest part of the floor? Welcome to the 7th floor. The mission is to slay the Heavenly Arbiters. The Heavenly Arbiter, a level 1200 platinum boss with 64 million health, over 1.2 million attack, and 850,000 defense. These are the guardians of the 7th floor. They're made of pure laws and cosmic force. Basically, they have the power to judge everything. Thank the stars their defense is under 1 million. I can actually damage them. They're way too fast. I'm using everything I have just to dodge these strikes. I can't even find a gap to counterattack. I have to break this deadlock, and fast. I land a series of hits, my numbers flashing across the screen. I finally take down a heavenly arbiter. Another 60 free attribute points in the bank. Huh. Yeah. There's hope. As long as there's hope. I can grind these guardians down one by one. I spot one right there. Die for me. Miss, miss, miss. I love these evasion procs. Thank God for the absolute evasion skill. Trying to touch me, eh? Wait, is this it? Look at all these free attribute points. If I dump all of these into my stats, the result will be insane. Welcome to the 8th floor. The task is to take down the Chaos Demon Gods. The Chaos Demon Gods, level 2000. A platinum boss with over 107 million health, with 2.8 million attack and 1.4 million defense. These beings were born at the dawn of the world. They are the ultimate wall of the tower. Just facing one of them gives me the same feeling of suppression as when the Wise One unleashed her power. Humph, but I just get stronger the more I fight. I land a hit for a whopping 104 damage. Yeah, I'm clearly not piercing their defense. But haha, that's exactly why I save my trump cards. I've got over 100,000 attribute points stored in the system. I dump 50,000 points straight into my physique. And the remaining 51,580 go into my strength. My physique hits 132,000, strength over 210,000. My health pool skyrockets from 1 million to over 3 million. My defense jumps from 200,000 to over 500,000. And my attack surges to over 800,000. Alright guys, I'm back. I land a hit for over 250,000 damage. A massive number pops up. I'm finally starting to hurt these things. I laugh. Seeing their defense actually crack is a total rush. I'm not just trading blows anymore. I'm actually winning. Humph, let the real hunt begin. I take down a level 2000 Chaos Demon God and secure another 80 free attribute points. That was a solid hour of nonstop intensity. I've been stretched to the limit, barely daring to breathe. Ah, what a relief. Floors 7 and 8 completely drained me dry, but it was worth it. Every damn second of it. This just makes me even more excited to see what kind of goodies floors 9 and 10 are hiding. I am absolutely obsessed with this tower. Huh, why is it so quiet here? The Wise One, Floor Guardian. Level, unknown. Attributes, unknown. Skills, unknown. The system introduces the final boss. It's a simulation based on the highest level of authority the challenger can actually touch. This girl is radiating some serious pressure. Let's see just how broken your stats are. I have space-time activate. The Wise One, Shadow of Law. Level 5000. 269 million health. 7 million attack. 3.5 million defense. Lovely. 270 million health points. 3.6 million defense. Over 7 million attack power. How am I even supposed to fight this? I can't even break her defense. Even with my strongest combo. Quadruple damage on a weak point. Against that much defense. It's basically just tickling her. She doesn't even bother waiting for me to surrender. My health starts ticking down. But wait, my god tier passive. Chaos Blessing activates, just in time. It nullifies that nasty debuff she just slapped on me. Time for some theater. I almost forgot. I'm the man the goddess favors. The goddess is seriously the best. Since that instant kill law skill of hers doesn't work on me, this is my one and only window. It's kill or be killed. Her attack hits, but it says immune. She calls me an ant, clearly annoyed. She decides it's time to end the game. My epic effect, Wall of the God Kingdom, triggers. She shouts, "You little ant," but misses. Another miss. She tells me it's time to leave. I complain that she's playing dirty, using a double evasion move like that. My strike lands for nearly 7 million. The trial is finally over. First place, Su Xing. I made it to the 9th floor. The crowd starts chanting my name. Su Xing is number 1. An undisputed victory, if I do say so myself. That so-called prodigy, Yin She, was so salty he actually passed out. Pathetic. Before he fainted, he was still whining that I was hacking. If I were just a little bit stronger. Who knows, maybe I could have cleared the 9th floor entirely. I really need to keep getting stronger. An old man walks up and hands me a reward. A legendary grade Starfall bow. He tells me it's a personal gift. I can't believe it's legendary gear. I thank him properly. I actually really needed a good bow. He just laughs heartily, saying I earned it all on my own. He tells me he's really rooting for me to keep pushing hard. I knew it. I knew you were capable of something legendary. I hurried as fast as I could, but I still missed your live performance. He hands me a little gift. I tell him we're practically family. He doesn't need to bring presents. He tells me to quit acting humble. He says the guild leader prepared a special prize. From today on, this heaven-ascending tower is yours. I ask if he's joking. This tower is the guild leader's most prized possession. The quality is way beyond legendary, and he's just giving it away? This reward is a bit too big, isn't it? My own legendary gear doesn't even hold a candle to this thing. Well, I guess clearing the 9th floor does that to a guy? He tells me that others simply aren't worthy of possessing the tower. He says the tower belongs to those who have the ability to claim it. He tells me to use the tower well, little one. I thank the guild leader, promising I'll put it to good use. The tower is clearly way more than just a simple test. I check the system, Space-Time Worm Tower, mythical grade special equipment. It's currently incomplete, but it's a growth-type item. It's got some seriously balanced defensive and defensive stats. Physique plus 12,800. Strength plus 12,800. Agility plus 12,800. Spirit plus 12,800. Effect, Absolute Domain. Suppresses the path to the heavens. Unique effect, World Sniping. It turns out the tower isn't just a trial space. It's actually hiding a slumbering world seed inside. Once I activate it, I'll be the sole master of this primordial space. I'll have absolute, supreme authority. The system tries to identify this mysterious tower. It seems to be a core fragment of a shattered major world, packed with enough creation and destruction power to melt your brain. Mythical grade, and it's still considered incomplete? If it were actually whole, what kind of impossible rank would it even have? This isn't just a prize anymore. They basically just handed me a literal god-tier artifact. This favor from the guild leader is honestly a bit too big. Time to bind it and make it officially mine. The true core of the tower is an internal realm that I can evolve however I want, completely independent from the real world. And inside this domain, I am the one and only creator god. I can adjust the time ratio to 1 to 100, 000. 1 day inside equals centuries of real time. Wait, math is hard. Time is precious. It's paving a literal golden road for me to ascend the divine throne. Oh, time is wasting. And wasting time is the biggest crime I could commit against myself. Time to get back to farming monsters. Abyssal Dragon, 200 of them. A diamond grade boss with over 68 million health, over 900,000 attack, and over 900,000 defense. I scoff. Out in the real world, you'd have to break your back just to find one diamond boss, scouting spawn points, and watching out for other greedy guilds. Here, I just think about it, and they appear. It begins, congratulations. You've leveled up. Level 200 reached. A warning flashes. I've hit the level cap for my current class. I need to hurry up and finish the 5th turn quest to unlock my potential. 124,740 free attribute points, baby. 8th floor of the tower. I spent all those points earlier, but now I've earned them all back. Time to look into changing my class. The Long family just sent me a formal visit invite. The Zhao family sent one too, and the Yun family, of course. Back when I was dealing with Cthulhu, I saved a girl, only for her to try to get me killed. She was from the Yun family. They've been making noise about revenge for ages. Haven't seen hide nor hair of them, probably because I've been hiding in the Fengshan sanctuary. Plus, Yin Shay has a massive grudge against me. Uffed. I haven't even had the chance to settle the score yet, and they're already lining up at my door. Once I finish my class upgrade, I'll personally visit the Yun family to see how they plan to revenge me. Why does every legendary book cost 5 billion? Talk about a ripoff. I've successfully exchanged for the star-smashing sword. Wait, Swordfall. What even is this thing? Can it be upgraded? System alert. I've accumulated over 200,000 free attribute points. The hidden growable talent system is unlocked. I can now burn my free attribute points to level up and ascend my class talent skills. Time to pick what to buff. Energy analysis, energy scan, sure. Energy breath, let's go. Passive root entanglement, life extraction, wait. Oh my god. I can actually upgrade talent skills with attribute points? I'm rich. This is game-breaking. Gear is temporary, but talent skills are the core that define a person for their entire career. It was just because my base talent levels were so trash and basically useless, so they've just been gathering dust in the back of my mind. I've been relying entirely on my bow for damage. But now, I can upgrade these skills and finally bridge the gap caused by my pathetic starting talents. Root Entanglement, C rank, level 1. Active control type skill. Costs 10 free attribute points to upgrade. Each level adds 0.5 meters to the range and bumps the bind duration by 0.05 seconds. Damage goes up by 1% too. Once I hit level 99, I can drop 100 points and promote it to B rank. Only 10 points? That's dirt cheap. Pump it up. I want this maxed out yesterday. My root entanglement level goes up and hit level 100. I confirm the 100-point upgrade cost. Success. Root entanglement is now gold rank. Reborn as B rank cage. Life extraction, B rank passive. Costs 100 points to level. Each level boosts my per second health regen by 0.1%. At level 99, I can spend 1,000 points to push it to A rank. Naturally, the B rank cost is 10 times higher. Whatever, keep leveling it. Life extraction levels up again. Level 100 achieved. I authorize the 1,000 point upgrade cost. Yes, congrats. My life extraction passive has evolved into Earth Pulse, A rank, as long as there's plant life around. My health bar refills in 3 seconds. I'm basically a walking health fountain now. Immortal War God mode. Here I come. B rank passive to A rank. That's huge. If the passive is this broken, I can't wait to see what happens when I upgrade an A rank active skill. Let's max everything out. My Mist Clone skill hits level 100. I drop 10,000 points for the promotion. Success. Mist Clone has evolved into the S rank Sinra Law body. Free Magic Dharma body, S rank skill. Level 1, active domain summoning type. The effect? I can instantly spawn 5 shadows that look exactly like me, with the same gear and aura. And the attribute inheritance? Each clone gets 100% of my base stats. 5 clones, 110% stats, and damage sharing. Plus shared healing. Unless an enemy hits for over 25 million damage, they aren't killing me. I'm basically unkillable now. Worth every single point. 120,000 free attribute points to completely overhaul my 3 core talents. I just robbed the system blind. Buff triggered. Luck of the heavens. For today, my luck stat is hitting an absurd level. I could probably trip over legendary treasure in the street. Good things are just falling into my lap. What is even happening today? I just went for my daily draw. Heh. Let's see just how lucky I am. Oh, someone dropped a vial of life essence. I hand it back to the old guy. He thanks me, sounding relieved. Wait, he recognizes me as Su Xing, the one who soloed the epic dungeon and cleared the 8th floor of the tower? I'm his idol, apparently. He's practically crying with gratitude. If not for me, this precious medicine he was bringing to the elders would have been smashed to bits. I asked the old fan how old he is, anyway. He asks if I'm living under a rock. I'm basically the biggest celebrity around, popular with everyone from kids to seniors. I can only laugh. He insists I take the life essence as a token of his fan appreciation. He introduces himself as Bai Gay. He's been around for decades, still stuck at sequence 5. He's probably getting kicked out of function soon anyway. But getting to meet his idol is enough to make his day. A smug little laugh slips out. I just stumbled into a free epic grade rare potion. Not bad for a day's work. With luck like this, I should probably knock out my 5th turn advancement before heading to the Yun family. Done. My job class evolution is complete. And I've unlocked the hidden S-rank class, Eye of Truth. New S-rank skill, Law Manifestation. Plus an S-rank Verdict of Truth. Time to pay my old friends a visit. Since the goddess didn't catch me, why don't I try something a bit more stimulating? I command the truth to sweep away all these illusions and reveal everyone's true, pathetic forms. I hear a shriek of, "You damn mortal," and just die already. The system warns I'm under an absolute malicious punishment. My god-tier passive, Chaos Blessing, kicks in. Immunity to all negative effects confirmed. The system detects a massive divine energy impact. Chaos Blessing starts converting all that divine wrath into a nice little blessing for me. Congratulations. You've comprehended the new god-tier skill, Fate Coin. I smirk and thank the goddess for the lovely gift. I tell her, wait for me. I'll be back for more, right before she screams at me to get out. She screams that I have a lot of nerve.